Just gonna circle around me. Uh, yeah. So let's see. No gloves. Got the Hawks in the sky. Live people. I haven't used this channel in a while. What's up? How you doing? Breaking ground with DJT. Darnell just talking. We're going to. I'm gonna be working. It's lunchtime. Let's get this work going. I'm looking up because, and if I get a good shot, I'll turn the camera around. But the ops, birds of prey, aka the hawk, just came around. So the girls are trying to hide out a little bit. I got something to build. Why didn't I look over here? It's my measuring tape. I hope I hope there's no lag. Shadow Black is in the chat. I can't find you on my main channel, sir. I can't find you on my main channel, sir. Where are you? Where you been? I was about to put out an APB for you. So what I'm doing, in fact, I'm gonna use the long board that I selected. You know what? Let me not use a long board because these boards are in good condition. They're just not the size that I need. Okay, there goes one. I just need two of these. We'll rough it out at 54 inches. Um, and that should be good. Obviously, you're working with boards that have old boards. It's probably nails and screws. Just be careful. Feels a little frozen too. Frozen like a let it go, let it go. You seen the message this morning. Did you respond to the message this morning? I know you saw the message. Mike is good. Thank you so much. Oh, you did your job now. You helped me with my mic. Hey guys, I haven't been live. I haven't put anything on this channel in a long time. So if you're already subscribed to me, um, I'm still here. I'm actually doing a whole lot of stuff. I've been streaming on my main channel, which is Darnell Just Talking. I wanted to have somewhat of a break. It wasn't intentional, but I wanted to have somewhat of a break from uh, just doing agriculture only stuff. I don't think that lane really fits me. It's not my truth. My truth is that I do a whole lot of stuff. And now that I'm getting comfortable with being able to set up the camera and have this little mic on, my hands free. It allows me to do what I'm doing. Throw something in the chat if you must. Um, let me just Okay, so we got a moderator now. One of my favorite people who I've been looking for. I was gonna go on the hunt for if I didn't find his ass soon, but we're out here. So just to Shadow Black, you did ask what I'm working on. I don't know how if there's a good shot to see this, but okay, I'll just pan. So back here is an old coupe, my first coupe that I didn't purchase. I wish I purchased it, but no, I built that coupe, and it's an excellent coupe. It's super heavy duty, and I made a decision because I couldn't find someone to give it away to. I made a decision that I'm gonna be. Um, hey May Cole Perez, what's up? I made the decision that I'm gonna be taking it down. So I've already taken out the run. That's what all of those boards are, and I'm out here for lunch. So I figure I just get something done, and I'm trying to make a table for the garden. The chickens are out; they're all over the place. If you have any questions about what I'm doing, I'm just gonna run my mouth. I'm Darnell Just Talking. I sometimes do that pretty well. Um, so yeah, the idea is to do this and not be held to um, standing by there and then just coming and catching up on the messages. So I'm using Team Green. I'm still in my first round of tools. So Team Green kind of works. Since I know this board, I'm going for a 54-inch long garden table with a mesh top. Oh, the chats are going off. I might want to bring this a little closer. You work with construction too. Chicken. Yeah, well, I don't work in construction. I may look like it, but yeah, no, I just do what I do, man. That's cool that you work in construction though. So, okay, I was gonna explain for those of you when you do this kind of upcycle work and you got all these old boards, um, this doesn't look like it was milled to the store. This looks like my work, so I'll keep it as nice and straight. I like to get stuff straight so that you don't have to worry about it the next time. I'm concerned about how cold these boards are right now, so I'll just rough out 54 inches. All right, let me think this through though. Okay, okay, yep, okay. 54 inches inside. Okay, yes. What I was trying to work my way through is roughly this is what I want. I just wanted 54 inches. This is the door that came off there, and there's some just so you can see there's bigger hole mesh. So I'm gonna put like what's called hardware cloth on this. Um, so I'm actually gonna keep the pieces of wood that's going. Wow, that thing just stole my little mic thingamajig. Um, so I'm gonna keep this. Pretty much it's the same thing. So I was considering in my head what I'm doing for the edge. So I can go 54 since that's the total length that I want. And again, this is not. I overthink these things. Unlike Perez, that's in the chat. I'm not into construction, and time is not money for me. Um, so yep, it's cold and wet right now. So I'll just rough that out. Uh, Shadow Black, good, really good to see you, man. We've been having some awesome streams, like I said, on the main channel. Yep, I'm breaking every rule possible here. Every time I come back to do this type of work, I'm always like, there's like a little learning again, like a learning curve. I know it looks like I have no idea what I'm doing and I shouldn't be out here, but trust me, I have all my digits. All right, so let's just measure that real quick. 54. Woo! Okay, so we got a 54. Let's just check on the chat. You wear many hats, bro, and you do a good job to keep up the great work. I do wear many hats. This hat is a New York Giants hat. I love going to the discount bin when teams suck and go pick up some cool sports gear. But I do wear many hats. Thank you so much. Yeah. No. Okay, so I should just cut out the other piece. Um, yep, I did decide. I changed the plan from before I was on camera. Okay, so that's not long enough. Oh, this one looks long enough. It looks long enough. It is long enough. So a lot of this wood. So the choice here is to actually measure and cut, or I could just draw a line based on lining them up. I don't think there is a right answer for me, but let's see. Okay, since they're a little warpy, I'll just um, I'll just measure and cut. Let me put this over here. I think if I have time, I'll go get my impact nailer. My favorite is the New York ones. So yeah, man, thanks. Mako, hey, Mako, if you want to stick around, man, follow the channel. I only have 60 subscribers. I'm not begging for them, but I do want to start coming on here and being super raw with the content. And spring is coming. I'm gonna start putting a lot of stuff on this channel, and my other channel is just generally a me thing. This is more the work that I do. I break ground. Sometimes I go crazy and I throw, like, I got sticks around, and sometimes I just say fuck it, and then I just throw stuff. I break ground. So you might want to stick around. I just like to have a good time either way, whether there's a YouTube on or not. I just like to have a good time. And part of having a good time, what sucks is people don't always get you. So I'm keeping all these screws. These are decking screws. I fell in love with decking screws. I'm starting to not love them because I think I overuse them, but they last. They really last for how I've used them. So you can't really argue with that. All right, so I think that'll do it. And I got some screws. I'll check out the chat in a bit, guys. Again, I think that's the hardest part about doing real work. My real work requires my focus all the time, every little thing. I'm not trying to get pinched out here. I'm not trying to bleed today. Every time you want to look at these things like the smallest tool you have, like a drill, like it can't hurt you, that's when you get hurt. Some people live with the bumps and the bruises. You've built a chicken coop before? Yeah, man. I'm gonna get a video together to show you what I did, because I got what I call the Taj Mahal coop, like a play on the Taj Mahal. I got the Taj Mahal coop. All right, so yeah, I built 2 coops. My second coop is actually sized better for what I actually need. So that's the thing. When you don't know, you don't know, right? I've decided that I'm not keeping all of this mesh, which took me so long to decide. I'm happy I finally got through a decision to say, yeah, this mesh is garbage. I wish I never put this mesh on, but I kept the chicken safe, I guess. But it wasn't the best of decisions, if you ask me. But now you know, right? Man, these decking screws, these things are in really good shape. See, I'm trying to hurt myself already. These decking screws are in really good shape. I'm actually super surprised. And my point about going away from them, let me just check out the chat. My point about going away from the decking screws is that 90% of the stuff that I'm gonna build require no, real strength. It's really just attaching things, and that is a proper placement of the. Damn, I gotta pick those up. That's the proper placement for these screws, but sometimes I go out my way and I use them, and I do need the strength, and I shouldn't be using them for that. So I've gotten so used to having a bucket of 5 pounds of screws. Shadow Black, you still hanging out, man? Yeah, I'm on lunch from work, and other people get to eat. I get to work during lunch from. The temperatures have been crazy, so this is So actually, I'm holding on to this like it's what I want. I don't want this damn board. So I'm gonna put this in the other one back up here. Try to be somewhat organized. Things just are shifting. What I actually want is this piece because this piece was cut to roughly 2 feet, and then when I put the hardware cloth on, man, all of these screws are actually still good. When I put the hardware cloth on, um, that'll make the table. So, okay, so I get these three pieces. That my assumption is they are exactly the same size. What an assumption. We like assumptions, guys. And then I'm gonna cut this piece to 54, and we should be good. So let me just check an edge, make sure. Okay, everything looks pretty tight. And again, this is not a perfection build. Sometimes you just got to get out here and do the damn thing. I can't wait to get to my second round of tools. The ones that I'm gonna be super careful about, if that even makes sense. But I think I don't hear enough people talking about it when you first get into this stuff. You're gonna go through some tools. All right, let's just measure. Then I'll let you guys test out my cut. Okay, and I'll be back to the chat. All right. So you tell me how we did. So these are the exact two cuts, all eyeballed. Is that flat enough? I'm here, bro. Ain't going nowhere. How you been, man? How have you been? It's been a few days since I've seen you active. Everything's good? The big tools. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. The big tools. And it's more than just having big tools, but the right tools. Like for a while, for whatever reason, because you know, I overthink everything. I didn't have the skill saw. I didn't have a battery operated one. So every time I wanted to do something, I brought around the big boy. And I would have to plug up, and I had all this power. And that power was so great to cut. But yeah, it sucked because I couldn't just be mobile and just walk around. And I finally said to myself, what are you doing? Don't you want to go up, way up, somewhere and just cut wherever you are? Nike, just do it. Yeah. Yeah, you depends on your personality, Shadow Black. Like for me, I the more I age, the more I want to do things super smart. So being like that and being super careful to not waste, and I have like limited resources. That's everything that I've pretty much built, and I gotta stop thinking like that because I'm finally at a place where all the sacrifice that I put in, um, as far as not wasting stuff, it has created a situation to where I'm ahead of the game. I'm up, and now I could get better by keeping a mindset of not wasting. Um, I'm a cut master, keeping a mindset of not wasting, but then multiplying things where you can. I don't know if you guys see the chicken just. Oh yeah, you just gonna poop right there. That's how that is. I was just saying. I don't know if you guys see the chicken, and I look over, and she just pooped like right there. All right. So one of my goals, was just to make this thing on here, like just while we were here, and just at least make the frame. I know I'm not working super fast, but that's partly intentional. It's cold. The chickens are out. They're not usually out anymore. So, okay. In order to do that, what I'm going to have to do first, let's not fool myself into thinking that I thought this all through correctly. I think the mesh is 2 feet wide. Okay, cool. So that's 22. These pieces are 22 inches. So I left room for the thickness of the board, which is likely an inch and a half. So 22 plus 3. So it'll be 25 wide, which is not critical for the space that is going in. It's just that the mesh has to fit nicely with enough room for me to staple or screw down the mesh. So I could take a little bit off and it'll fit a little bit nicer, but I really don't think that that's required. So, like I said, I didn't think this through. That's cool. I really thank you guys for hanging out with me. I'm gonna go. I'll take you guys with me. I think I just have to get the nail gun. I'm gonna just try to nail these with the framing nailer. Call it a day. All right, let's. Ugh. If you guys get seasick, let me know. I have this little handheld tripod. Um, Mako, do you do any content? Do you do any content? I'll try to check you out if you do after the live ends. It's not been that bad. It's been 22 minutes. Um, oh, again, and also let me know because I'm venturing. Let me know if the internet is still if I don't lag. Okay, no content for you, Mako. You have till tomorrow. Okay. Because when I get to this spot, I don't think I can. I don't think I could go any further. I got to get my thing set up a little bit better as far as the internet. Oh, let's see the mayhem that's going on that needs to be cleaned up in here. Okay. As far as that I haven't taken in for a while, we need a different. Bam. Okay, so that's the hardwood cloth. So I'll carry that back as well. Yeah, we gotta clean up. Might as well just get some glasses while I'm at it. Okay. Okay. I did the Batman thing. Okay. Okay. All right. Got glasses like it'll make an impact. All right. Oh, I gotta also get some nails. You know what? I'll leave the mesh for now. And I will get these nails. Like, other than having not being hands free, I actually enjoy. I wish more creators just did this so they just roamed and do projects. God damn, I can't even open this thing. I don't want to cut my hand on the plastic. Okay, got it open. All right. That's a little. So far, no lag. That's great, man. Great news. All right, let me just take two of these with me. Make sure I have external. Is this external? Yep, these are hot galvanized. I made a mistake when I first got this nailer, and I used so regular screws. Hey, what's up? See, they follow me around. They think there's always food here. What's up? What's going on? You seen the hawk? Yeah, I seen it too, man. Go hide. Yeah, it's not a. You think they may fit? Yeah, no, size is fine. I don't have an issue with size. I have an issue with just it's this is not going to be covered. I just want to use the right screws if I could. So yeah, okay. Got the screws. Got the heavy duty big boy. I bought the Mr. Green Ryobi nailer. I think last year, maybe the year before. Um, and it's okay. Again, I still feel like it's on that your first tools, like the easy bake oven. It's your first kitchen. Um, it ain't great. All right, so okay. So I believe they go this way based on what I'm looking at. And I'm sure it's fine. But the whole battery thing, and I only have one battery out here. Who the hell knows how many hits I'm gonna get out of this? It punches pretty good. This is my first nailer though. I've not needed a nailer, so it is what it is. I probably did need a nailer actually. All right, I'm gonna do it on that side, and I'll tell you why. Just want to keep it nice and secure. So I'll use the long side of the C. Here's where the overthinking, and if you watch guys who know exactly what they're doing, they probably don't struggle with this. But I'll use the long side of the table to give me some strength there. And then I'll use the short side of the table for the short. And I'm not going to do anything special except for not nail my hand. Let's try to line up the top. Okay, let's see what happens. You guys ready? Did you guys know me before this happened? No, it's not even funny. You know what? A better angle. I don't know if you guys will see. I want you to see. Can you see? Okay. This is probably a better angle for not for the camera, but for what I'm trying to do. Okay. Blam blam. All right, so I got that first nail in. God, that thing got some bite on it. Like, so they're not in, but that's fine. That's really good enough for me. I'll just hit them in with the hammer. So this thing is in. I don't need it to be secure. I'll just hit it up a couple times, nail those in, and let's work on the other side. So this side you'll probably see a lot better. I like that I'm putting it on a table. Ah, fucking shit. No, that always. I was actually explaining just that because this is a very small table, and I want to be like super lazy, but get it flat at the same time. Am I overthinking this? Yeah, I am. Okay, we could go this way, and I could still. Yep, it's heavy enough. Okay. See, just you guys helping me out a little bit with that. Help me to not overthink it and be stupid. So really, why I'm doing this and lining it up, just so that when something is nailed in, there's not too much resistance. Um, that's what causes things to not work out the way you want them to. So let's just hit the bottom since my finger is nowhere near there. And then let's hit the top. Okay. And again, because I'm not pressing up against something, the nails didn't go in all the way. But I think we're at a good spot. Now, really all I gotta do is get the other side in. I'm gonna check out the comments before I do that. Sorry, I'm just having so much fun. So there's no comments. What it look like? Okay. I got this table. I actually really like this table. I got this table last year. Really has helped me, and I should do the same exact thing. Why am I feel like I'm doing the hokey pokey just to nail this in? All right. It is a one-person job. Uh, Obviously, it's always nice to have a hand, and that piece of wood is warped. But this is that's warped pretty nice there. Let's see this side. Okay. Is it? Oh, okay. I see what's going on. Yeah. So this, I could kind of get it bent. The wood is a little warped. Let me see. All right. This is what I'll do. And since I know these are all the same size, and I did want two more braces, like in between, what I'll do is I'll make it stronger so then I can stand it up, and it'll probably help when it comes to warping. Are we doing quick math or what? All right, no quick math. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just use the square, nothing crazy. I'll just use the square, which is square. I'll use the square to kind of line up this piece so I know not only that it's flat, but it's square ish. Doesn't have to be perfect. Then the nail will do what the nail does. Okay. Okay. So that's that. Now with the other side. Actually, I don't want to do that because I'm gonna hit the other side, but I don't want to flip it over like that. And the reason why is I have kind of registered the bottom as flat. So that's probably gonna be the top since it was on the table the whole time. So everything that got nailed in was flush to the bottom. So let's keep it that way. Especially when you're working with some boards that have been around for some time. And I'm not measuring, so okay. So now I could do it this way and it will make more sense for that piece. Where'd you go, piece? Okay. Now I could put more pressure on it to manage the warp of that piece. Right? So that was the idea behind okay. So now I could hit down. And I'll be careful because if you could see these pieces of wood, they are not the same width. But if I keep that pressure down, nice. Then I could twist this side a little bit. Don't even got to put much pressure now. Yeah, I'll show you guys what I'm talking about when I finish this last piece. And this last piece, oh, it was the warp. We're dealing with the warp. So look at what I mean. I'll see if I could. Let me just check the chat. Okay. You're gonna have to come down and borrow that. It's a framing nailer. I have framing nailers. I have all types of nailers. So by all means, brother. All right. So this is what I mean by the warp. So if I put these two pieces together, you see how it forms like that triangle. It's not flat, but the framing nailer is going to make that kind of lock that in. And I'm going to do that by really just the impact of the framing nailer and over nailing it. But I do want to make sure that this particular edge is flush because I want the mesh to sit flush without issue. All right, so all right, let's go to the ground because the ground's gonna have less give back. Can you still see? You can see. So I'm actually gonna put pressure on this. I'm gonna try. And look, got it pretty darn close. Pretty darn close. And the more pressure, or if I came in with a clamp, the more pressure would have helped that out. So from here, I'll just put another slat here. I'll just have to find something, cut it down to 22, and do the same thing. Nail that in. I'm gonna come out with the hammer, clean up these nails, and then I'm gonna work the mesh. And then it'll be the top of the table. So this is the bottom. Let me see. Nope. This is the top because all of the edges are flush. This is how I nailed it in. Okay. So that looks good. It looks like a window. Yeah. Well, sometimes the work is slow, but the key is to just keep working. Keep breaking ground. I'm so happy to be on this channel, man. It took me so long to get to the point where, you know what, while we're talking, let's get that last board since we have all the energy we need. 22, make sure it's a 22-inch piece. Yeah, it'll have to be punched in probably because it's a tight fit. All right. Quality of the board is not the biggest of deals. So again, this is the top for a reason. So we want to flip this over. So it looks like a lot of extra work flipping, but that's just because I'm not really set up right now. But when this gets screwed in, the top has to be the bottom because I'm using the table and to be flush. You have any questions? Any questions about the work? Like I said, if you're out there, you could please follow, subscribe to the channel. We are going to figure this channel out. I'm using a lot of inputs from what I've done with my other channel and some of the growth that's there. I'm going to be using a lot of those inputs to help grow this channel. So that's the goal. So right now I'm going to just I see a rough cut because the edge doesn't seem flat enough. get a nice flush edge to work with. It actually seems a little. It's hard to know when you work with when you work with distressed reclaim lumber. It's sometimes pretty hard to work with, and it's not all gonna be straight, but you just gotta figure it out. So I usually give the board like a nice fresh edge if I'm gonna work with it immediately. Um, and this is pretty trivial. Nothing, nothing amazing required here. I'm just trying to make a 22-inch cut. I think the moisture is playing a factor. Okay, so I got my cut. I'm gonna have to put these chickens away when I go inside because I think in this season the Hawks, I think it's mating season for them, and they're out. So why not catch a snack with some wings? All right. So remember, again, this piece doesn't matter which side I put it on, but because I made this flat and all the pieces are slightly different and I want to retain the flatness, I have to put it on a specific side. So not gonna measure, but I am gonna use. Sometimes I hear the birds and I think like I look up because I think I understand what the hell they're talking about. Like, you see those wings over there? Ain't nothing but a chicken wing. All right, let's hope my table didn't like warp to oblivion. All right. So for this side, really just getting a nail in it will help you out more than you think. So I'll just get one nail in it and then, oh, without a battery. Okay, good time to check the chat. It looked like a window. We can't be out here talking. That's the other channel. This is Breaking Ground. Yeah, I mean, so let me rationalize that since you are one of my top peoples, there's a lot of overlap there. And I think over time, there's an opportunity to understand it better. What I don't want to do is I don't want to overdo this part, the agriculture part. I think that the other channel is going to be more successful when I'm not, continuing to take people out on field trips that they don't want to go on, or talk about something that I feel, but I don't necessarily want to say it to you in that way because you're not interested in this. A lot of people aren't interested in where they, their life and what they think about. So that's, I think there's a clear difference. I'm trying to understand it a little bit better myself. But today, I couldn't ignore. I just couldn't ignore. Just go live. Just do it, brother. Just go do it. I didn't know how to find my way back to this channel. Yeah, I'm out here every day. Every day. This is the work. So why am I putting it on the other channel? All right, so we have more or less this frame. I'll come back out here a little later. I'll hit the nails in permanently, and then I'll have the mesh. Maybe I'll go live again. We'll see how I feel. If Shadow Black hits me up and we have a conversation, a real one, I will go live again. If Shadow Black does not hit me up I will not be going live. So if you enjoyed this hanging out, that's cool. If there's anything I could do to better this experience, let me know. Subscribe if you must. Give me a a like, thumbs up, whatever. I don't really care about all that stuff. I just want to hang out. If you want to hang out with me, I am going to be on stream tonight. I think tonight we're going at, I want to say 8:45, maybe 8:30. Um, yeah, so we'll be on at 8:30 tonight. And last night was an awesome stream, probably the best stream we've done. So that's why I want Shadow Black to make sure he knows that he's missing out. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for joining. I'm gonna get back to my actual job now. Peace.